Number 35. The sequence of block diagrams below shows stages of development of a landscape. The stages are labeled A, B, and C. So basically they're telling you this is what happened, and it started as A, then it went to B, and then it went to C, probably over thousands, millions of years. Which sequence of geologic processes best describes the events that created the stage shown? Well, if you look at the first stage, I always like to start here and try to figure out what happened here. If you look at this picture, it looks kind of like it's beaten up, worn down. There's kind of like little rivers in them, or creeks, or streams, or I don't know exactly what it is, but it looks beaten up. It doesn't look brand new. So we look at the first set from questions 1 through 4 and see if any of these fit. 1, erosion. Okay, well, weathering, erosion, deposition, they kind of all fit together. And, it looks kind of beat up. Maybe some of the sediments were worn away. That's possible. Uplift and deposition. Well, there's no evidence of it being uplifted. It doesn't look like it's been moved up. And the deposition, it looks more like things have been worn away. So that doesn't really seem right, but we'll just hold on for that one. 3 is metamorphism. Metamorphism doesn't really occur on the surface like this, and it wouldn't cause like cracks like that or anything. So that doesn't really seem right either. But we'll keep checking it. And number 4 says uplift and erosion. Like we said before, erosion seems like it's probably pretty good. And there's no uplift, or there's no evidence of it. But you know what? We're just going to keep it, and we'll see where we go from here. So in the second picture, in B, we see that there are 3 new layers on top. So we got to try to figure out what that is. So we look at the second set of answers. Subsidence and deposition. Well, what you should know is that deposition is the depositing of new sediments in an area or a place. So that looks like deposition to me. So I think that's probably looking good. And we said erosion is pretty good. So number 1 looks like a pretty good answer. Number 2 says flooding. I don't see any evidence of flooding. Those are definitely rock layers. And the first one said uplift and deposition. So I don't think that's right. But let's just move on. Number 3 says erosion and deposition. Okay, well we said deposition is probably right. I don't really see any deposition or erosion rather, but that sounds like it's possible. Metamorphism for number 3 didn't really seem right, but let's move on. Number 4 says subsidence and erosion. I don't really see erosion here, and it wouldn't make sense for it to be uplift and erosion and subsidence and erosion. But let's move on. The third one looks like it's kind of like broken and tilted. The layers have been like changed a little bit. Something happened there. So answer number 1 says uplift and faulting. Okay, yeah, look, these are like moved up a little bit, right? And there's cracks. I'm pretty sure we call those faults, right? That's a fault. The next one is folding and erosion. Okay, well, it's not folded though. It looks like it's just kind of like cracked, and I'm pretty sure that means faulting. The third one says volcanic eruptions. I don't see any lava or new layers or volcanic activity there, so that's not going to be the answer. The last one says folding again. Again, there's no folding. If it was folding, it would kind of be bent over on itself. So the only one that really works is erosion occurs in layer A, where it gets worn down. In B, we get deposition. New layers are put on top, or probably over thousands, if not millions of years. And then C, plates begin to fold, crack, and tilt in different directions. So the correct answer for number 35 is number 1. And I think it's important to recognize the process that I just did. I kind of tried to show you guys exactly how I would want you to answer it. It's easy for me to look at this and understand exactly what's happening in each, but I try to think about it in the way that I think you would think, if that makes sense. Um, you should really try to analyze each answer, and it's really important that you take your time when you take these exams because all the readings are difficult, and a lot of it is just about reading correctly, being able to understand the problem correctly, and take your time.